Hello, fam. Welcome to the MindFuel Emotion channel. If you have been following along or if you're new here, I'm so excited that you decided to show up today to watch this announcement video to find out what the next 30-day focus is. So let's dive right in. All right, so for the next 30 days, I have put together videos focusing on emotional intelligence, EQ. This is such a amazing practice if you're not familiar with it, or if you are, if you've already been working on it and you're just excited to dive deeper. If this is your first time hearing about it, then I'm just going to quickly go over what this next 30 days is going to look like. So basically, let's start with emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence can sometimes be compared to our intelligence of our IQ, right? So emotional intelligence is EQ, and then we have IQ, the things that we know that we've learned in school and things like that. Well, our emotional intelligence is sometimes something that we have learned, its patterns and habits of those that helped raise us, our peers, and things like that. And we kind of can pick up on things on how to have a low or high EQ, emotional intelligence, based on these things. And it's also based on our own kind of deciphering of what feels right and what doesn't feel right, how we're going to respond to things, how are we going to embrace our emotions or try to hide them. And these can be sometimes patterns or things that are learned. But no matter what, emotional intelligence is a skill that can definitely be learned. It's not something that we're born with. It really just depends, again, on the way that we've seen how emotions have been kind of embraced or not embraced, and how others handle emotions is kind of what we've picked up on how to learn how to handle our own emotions. And either way, no matter where you are, you can always learn this skill. And that's what the next 30 days is all about. Really focusing in on emotional intelligence and really talking about things that, we may all do, because some emotions are not fun, and that's okay. But the main thing I want to start off this next 30 days with you knowing is that all emotions are beautiful. All emotions are valid, okay? There's no such thing as a good or bad emotion. There's unpleasant emotions, there's pleasant emotions, and even with unpleasant and pleasant emotions, there's high unpleasant, low unpleasant, there's high pleasant, and low pleasant emotions. And wherever we fall into, because we are honestly experiencing our emotions, different types of emotions throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year, right? We experience all the different levels. And this is so many different factors. It's the time of, different things going on in our life, challenges, obstacles, wins, joys, goals being obtained, goals still working on, right? Females, my ladies out there, we also experience emotions differently because of the different ways our body goes in ebbs and flows. But even my men out there, you are also experiencing the ebbs and flows just from the cosmos, just from what's going on in your own world, what's going on in the collective world. We're all experiencing different types of ebbs and flows. And no matter where we are, no matter if we're female or male, to be honest, the most important thing to really think about and hone in order to have a high emotional intelligence, a high EQ, is to be able to really understand, one, all of our emotions are valid. They're not good or bad. And the other thing is really understanding how to embrace and really be in tune with the emotion, why the emotion is coming up, and give space for that emotion. So let's think about some of the unpleasant emotions really quickly. We know that anger, sadness, depression, anxiety are not the emotions that we want to have, right? Now, we don't want to have those emotions on an ongoing basis, but when they do show up, for whatever reasons, whatever triggers have happened, it gives us an opportunity to just observe them, look at them, and kind of do some experiments. Okay, why am I feeling this way? What triggered this? What happened? Was it an interaction with someone? Was it from my own thoughts, right? Whatever it is. And we get to just sit back and understand and be with the emotion and let it teach us instead of being afraid of it, running away from it, being ashamed of it, because there's no reason to do any of those things. Again, because all of our emotions are valid. And it's actually unhealthier and can cause an imbalance if we're always trying to chase the quote unquote pleasant high emotions all the time, always being happy and joyful and excited and all the things. And yes, we want to stay within that range, but sometimes those low vibrational pleasant emotions need to show up. Sometimes those pleasant high vibrations, or unpleasant high vibrations, I'm saying, need to show up because they give us an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. I'll give you anger as an example. When anger comes up, if we have a high EQ, and when anger does show up for us, we can really look at it from a different perspective of just not being angry and wanting to hurt anyone, or wanting to say things that we don't mean, or getting spiraling and out of control. That's one way, right? That's an unhealthy way of dealing with anger. But a healthy way to observe and embrace and be okay with anger is to look at, why am I angry? And usually it's because you're passionate about something. Why are you passionate about this? Is it because it's a boundary? Are you passionate about it because you care about a cause? Are you, whatever it is, right? Anger can show up in many ways. It's usually because you're passionate. So when we can see it from that lens very quickly, be able to catch it and see it from that lens, then we're able to take that passion and go about doing actions that are for the greater good of ourselves and others. But when we take anger and we are out of control, we don't know how to deal with it, that's when actions that are not so healthy happen. That's why it's important for us to work on and connect with our emotional intelligence. So that's what we're going to do for the next 30 days. And emotional intelligence as well is going to teach us how to be less reactive and more proactive. So the example I gave with anger, when we are reactive, we instantly want to do something. Maybe it's something physical, or it's yelling, or it's something, and that's very reactive. A proactive approach is being able to be like, okay, recognize that you're angry, embrace it, decipher what caused the anger, and slowly walk yourself through it. Okay, I'm angry because of this. I'm angry because this triggered me. I'm angry because of that. And again, it's usually because you're passionate about something. Well, I realize now I'm passionate about this. So what can I do to, if you need to do anything, honestly, sometimes just being aware and understand, like, okay, I'm passionate about that, but I'm already working on that. Or it's a cause I care about, or it's whatever it is. So that's what we're going to focus on. So we're going to be I'm going to jump on here every single day for the next 30 days with different things. Maybe it's just reminders to check in with your emotions. Hey, how are you feeling today? What emotions did you come up with? We don't do that enough. We just kind of let them go because we're always on the go, go, go. We need to get things done. We need to be here for that, do this, do that. We don't tune in. Like, how am I feeling? Am I okay? Like, did something trigger me that I didn't give space for? Maybe I can give space for it now. So I'll be popping in, giving you some reminders, and there's going to be some things that we do. If you're familiar with the channel, you know I'm all about mindfulness practices. So there are practices that we can do to connect with our emotions, to really understand our emotions. So we're going to be doing some journaling to process our emotions. We're going to be doing some breath work. So wherever you are, whether you're feeling any type of emotion, just to pause and connect with whatever emotion you're feeling through breath work. We're going to be doing some quick light Kundalini yoga for certain types of emotions like anger and anxiety, but also joy, right? So playing with that, playing with all the tools we have within and around us to really connect with our emotions. So I'm so excited for the next 30 days. Make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell. And also, if you want to help the channel and you're getting benefits and value from the channel, please comment. Like, not only because it helps the channel, but also because it gives you a voice to be able to express the value that you're getting from it. But it also gives me the opportunity to connect with you and also learn if this is valuable for what are you learning from it? How is it helping you? Because that's why I jump on here. I want to be able to provide value on the things that have worked for me, that have worked for my clients. And so I want you to know the best ways that you can be the best version of yourself. So I appreciate when you guys comment and let me know you need to hear this today, or this was helpful, or even if it wasn't, hey, I didn't really understand what you meant here. Let me know, because that helps me to create better content over time, so that again, you and everyone else is getting exactly the value that I am, intended to put out there. So, all right, my friends, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you on day 1 of our emotional intelligence exploration for these next 30 days. I'll see you then.